Here's a wild truth. The top sales professionals and entrepreneurs who I coach have the strongest boundaries. They rest, they pause, and they outperform everyone grinding 24/7. In this episode, I'll tell you why that works. Welcome to the podcast. I am excited to dive in to this conversation today. And it's fun to talk about rest and time off and managing your energy cycles, especially right now as I record this, because our youngest is 2 months old. So I am literally coming off of maternity leave. And as I record it, and I will go ahead and just give you a heads up, we're actually on vacation this week. We're on a family trip. All of my kids are out of school and they're playing outside this room. And so you may hear a little bit of little kid background noise. But what I love about this community is that we all get it. We all understand, whether you're a parent, an auntie, an uncle, you've got kids in your life. We are about having it all here, and that we can have a mega successful business or sales career while also prioritizing time with family, prioritizing time for self-care. And these are things that I didn't used to think were possible. And in my own life, when I was stuck for so long, grinding, but staying at the same level and never feeling like I was breaking through, I didn't think I could have those things. I didn't think that I could have a thriving family life, happy kids, plenty of time with them, and simultaneously be making millions, multi-millions, etc. And what I've learned and what I want to teach you in this episode is that we can have both. And so if nothing else, the little kid noises in the background are maybe just a testament to the fact that we get to integrate it all. And that is a key piece of empowering yourself to know that you can make more, hit or exceed major income goals, and simultaneously have beautiful time with your family or self-care or whatever it is that matters to you outside of work. So I want to start by debunking a major myth that I see happening, and that, again, I used to buy into both when I was in sales and then when I was in the earlier stages of being an entrepreneur with my company, which is, if I take time off, I'm not going to make the money I want to make. So maybe you're in corporate and that would sound like, if I take time off, I won't hit my quota. Or you're an entrepreneur. If I take time off, I am not going to, I'm not going to hit my revenue goals. And so again, as we record this episode, I am about 5 weeks in of being back, 4 or 5 weeks in of being back from my third maternity leave in my company. And this was a really special one and a different one for me. So in the past 5 years, I've had 3 kids. I've also been growing my business. I have taken 3 quote unquote maternity leaves. The first one that I took wasn't really a maternity leave at all, because I didn't have team or systems in place. And I also didn't have the right mindset to support me in really stepping away from what I was doing in my work and believing that it could keep going, believing that I could still make money, believing that the clients would continue to come. The second one with my second child in 2023 was better, but I was still in it. I was still in my email inbox shortly after I had him. I was still texting. I was still showing up on calls. So didn't really feel like that full rest experience that I desired. This most recent maternity leave that I had, I was able to fully step away. It wasn't incredibly long. I took, honestly, about 5 weeks. So I'm not saying it was the lengthiest maternity leave in the world, but that was also by choice. I knew that I wanted to get back in to my business, but in a more easeful way coming back than I had been in it before. And to me, that actually felt really good. So as I say that, I understand that for a lot of women, that may sound really short, especially if you're in corporate. But what I want to hopefully mirror and share with you there is, as a woman who didn't think it was possible to take any time away and have her business continue to run and grow without her, to be able to step away fully for that period of time and have the business continue to run, have the business continue to perform and take care of our clients. It wasn't our most expansive, like our biggest revenue months while I was out. So I'll always be so transparent and honest with you in this show. But things stayed consistent. Things continued. And as soon as I got back, what has been so powerful about this is that time off. Of course, I was, taking care of our young baby, Ella, and having a lot of, long nights in newborn life. But simultaneously, all of the things that I had been thinking about for the business that were like bigger projects, bigger initiatives, things that I knew were going to really grow the company. But just when I was in the day-to-day of doing the things, I didn't feel like I had quite as much spaciousness to focus on. There were so many ideas. There were so many downloads. There were so many just creative moves that I felt guided to take during that time off. My team stepped up like never before, and just coming back into this season now of being back in the business, but also integrating the fact that we now have 3 kids and that my schedule looks different than it did before. We have the most incredible momentum going in our company, new projects launching, new programs, new clients coming in, higher level people all around coming into the company as well. Our clients are soaring and thriving. And so that time off, while there was a version of me several years ago who would have felt scared or nervous to take it, because I know what I want to share with you in today's episode, it was actually extremely productive time off. And so we have to start to redefine, and if you've been a listener of this show for a while, you've heard me say this, we have to redefine our rules about how time works for us and how money works for us, as well as what success looks like. I think especially for those of you who are parents, mamas, and again, maybe you're not, but maybe you're ready to break out of hustle culture. You're done grinding. You have to really look at, if my version of success is only hitting certain metrics and numbers, to me, that is a hollow version of success. I want embodied success. I want success that feels good. I care about, yes, incredible financial abundance and wealth and money and revenue, because that's important and that's here to support your life, but simultaneously feeling good throughout the process. And this is where we can start to integrate and play with the concepts of both masculine and feminine energy and how to integrate both of those into what we're doing. And so as I record this, we have a theme for our community this month, which is all about integrating masculine and feminine energy. And so we're calling it Aligned Action, Divine Results. And so I'm going to weave in some of the things that I've been working on with the community throughout this month here into this episode. But so what we want to do is find that balance between the feminine, which is about the being, the vision, the manifesting, the intention holding, your frequency, your vibration, your feeling state. All of those things are incredibly important. And in fact, according to neuroscience, 95 to 98% of your results are going to come from your subconscious beliefs, your self-concept, who you believe yourself to be. The action piece is 2 to 5% of it. All right. And again, this is science backed. So this isn't at least like pulling some crazy numbers out of the sky. And the action piece matters, but there is a difference between hustle action, just continuously doing more of the same and kind of grinding hamster wheel activity, which feels heavy, which feels monotonous, which feels draining, and then really powerful action that's going to catapult you to where you want to go next. And I remember I was working with a client in corporate about a year ago. She came into our community and she was a young mama and heard my story of my personal quantum leap and how I had transformed a lot of my beliefs too about money and success. And this particular client, she was in a work culture where she was hustling, grinding, working all hours, and she knew it wasn't sustainable for herself as a young mom and that she wanted to have a different experience to be available for her daughter. And so when she took and implemented these practices, she had a massive quantum leap in her income. In fact, she finished the year #1 in the company. So getting the awards at the President's Club ceremony, but she also reduced her workload. And for her, her dream and her goal and her vision was, I want to work 30 hours a week. I want to be done at a certain point in the afternoon versus the evening so that I can have time with my daughter. I want to prioritize self-care. I want to prioritize rest. And she did it. So she dramatically reduced her working hours. She simultaneously hit the top of the leaderboard. What changed? It was her identity. It was her belief systems about who she is, about how successful she is. It was about her learning to tap into feminine energy, more of the being, more of the receiving. She was great at the doing, had been doing that for a long time, but it was leaving her before she came into this material, burnt out, exhausted, and depleted. So when she learned how to integrate feminine and take action from a place of alignment, that's when she was still taking action in her business. She's still working, but she would have client opportunities show up in her inbox where she was like, oh my gosh, how did this mega opportunity just show up seemingly out of thin air? So the way that I like to think about it is, as you move towards your goal moves towards you. As you move towards your goal moves towards you. And so how do we move towards our goal? Again, there is action involved, and I'm going to speak a little bit more in this episode to the types of actions that I believe are important to take every day and how to know what types of actions to take in your business as well. But it needs to be built on a foundation of building the identity of who it is, who can have and hold the results that you desire to accomplish. So identity work first, alignment first. One of the things I do in the morning, and this is part of me moving towards my goal, is I'm checking in with, as I wake up, what's my feeling state? I want to, if I'm not waking up right off the bat in a state of gratitude, ease, flow, appreciation, which some mornings I do, like a lot more than I used to. Some mornings I don't. Some mornings I wake up and I'm in a state of contrast, what I would call it, like experiencing some negative emotion. And that's okay. But my goal in those mornings is not how quickly can I dive into my work to try to take more action? Because if I'm taking action from an energy of fear, lack, anxiety, overwhelmment, I'm only going to get results that mirror back that energy. So I'm not going to be productive with the actions that I'm taking there. My goal is, how do I move the energy right now? How do I get myself to a place where I feel as if my end result has already been accomplished, where I feel connected to my goal, where I feel aligned to my goal? That's the most important thing. And if that takes all morning, that's what I'm focusing my energy on. And then I'm acting next. But once you learn this material and you practice it and you embody it, what I have found is that generally it doesn't take a lot of time to shift the energy, get back to a point of homeostasis where you're feeling good, you're feeling peaceful, you're feeling abundant. And then from that place, the action feels really good. The action feels exciting. The action feels like, hey, I'm not attached to the outcome, but I want to do this because it feels good to move towards my goal. And I know that simultaneously as I do this, whether it's this person who I'm reaching out to and DMing who becomes a client or a JV partner, or maybe it's someone else who comes in out of the blue, I know that I'm moving the energy here and that I'm not attached to, again, I'm not attached to who or how it comes in, but I know that the outcome is already done. This episode is brought to you by the 10K Club, the community where women learn how to sell, scale, and show up fully as themselves. If you're ready to grow your revenue without burning out, I invite you to apply now at ElyseArcher.com/10K Club. So it's a really powerful way of being. So again, there's a huge difference between aligned action and hustle action. And hustle action isn't going to quantum leap you. Hustle action isn't going to get you to where you want to go. It's the aligned action, the tap in first energetically, and then take action from there that's going to make the biggest difference for you. So I want to share just a couple more thoughts today on this concept and on the big idea here. And so one of the things that I work with a lot of my clients on who have the belief system that they cannot step away and still be successful and still create results is first we want to look at, what are your beliefs about success and about how you make money? So because our beliefs drive everything, they drive our results, The first place to start, if you want to start getting a different result, is not trying to take action from the same belief system. It's looking at what belief would I need to create and cultivate about this area of my life, or about how money works for me, or how business works for me, in order to get a different result. So if I am someone who desires to be able to take more time off, maybe be more present with my family or in the things that I love, and simultaneously make more money, what sort of beliefs do I need to have that are going to support me in that? So if you're someone who right now has fear of stepping away, then we want to first identify what is the belief that's driving it. I only make money when I'm working, right? Or I'm not worthy to make money or bring in clients if I'm not working, if I'm not hustling. So just tap in, and you can even ask your subconscious, like, what is the belief that I'm holding on to here that would have me feel like if I step away, I'm not going to be successful. I'm not going to make money. And we want to write that down and get clear on that. And then we want to identify, is that actually ultimately true? So we've spoken about this on the show before, but if you haven't heard on past episodes, there is a difference between personal truths and universal truths. So any belief that you hold that isn't ultimately going to get you to where you want to go, or that when you think the thought, you feel a negative emotion in your body, it's a limiting belief. It may be a personal truth, meaning that you believe it's true. You have past lived experience that's telling you that it's true as well. And if it's not universally true for everyone across the planet at all times, it's not a universal truth. So what's a universal truth? Universal truth is the law of gravity, right? Wherever you are on the planet, everyone plays by it. You know that when you step out your door in the morning, you're not going to float up to the sky. You know that if you jump off a tower, a high structure, you're going to fall, right? So that is a universal truth. We all get to play by that. However, if it is let's take a look at a personal truth for you. So if someone has the belief that I can't make money while resting, we want to look at, is that universally true for everyone on the planet? Is it true for everyone on the planet that the only time they are making money is when they are actively working? No. It's true for some people, right? It's definitely true for some people, but it's not true for a lot of people out there. It's not true for a lot of entrepreneurs like myself who know that when you set the right belief systems and you calibrate at the right frequency, you hold the identity of who it is that has the results that you want, you feel worthy to receive. And then, of course, there are structures that you get to set up to help support you in that. But where you can be on vacation or be traveling or be relaxing with your kids and have sales coming in. And I have those experiences all of the time in my company. And there's plenty of examples of that. Or CEOs or top sales leaders in corporate organizations where they're getting paid for the power of their presence, the ideas that they bring, the energy that they bring, not being there clocking a 9 to 5. So we want to tap into what is the belief system that's going to support me in this. And you can play with different beliefs around that. I remember one of my mentors when I was first really working on how can I be a mom and also be really successful in my business. She told me that one of her beliefs that empowered her to run a multi-million-dollar business while also raising 3 kids was, I make the most money when I am spending time with family or on self-care. And that blew my mind at the beginning because it kind of fried my brain. I felt like that's the opposite of what I've been taught and what I believe. But I thought, well, what I believe is having me stuck and capped at making 6 figures and grinding all the time. So maybe I should open up my mind to a different type of belief. And so I did. And I started just playing with the idea of what if I did make the most money when I was spending time with my kids, when I was spending time on self-care. And even in just opening up to that belief, my consciousness changed. I started to feel worthy to receive, not just because I was doing, but because of who I was, because of the energy that I held, because of how valuable I started to see my work, my presence, my energy as, whether I was actively doing something in the business or not. And just as I opened up to that, I started to have more sales come in while I was traveling. I started to have opportunities coming in when I was playing with, at that point, it was just my one son, but I continued to hold that belief as our family grew. And it's been dramatically of service. It's really been of service. So one of the things that we teach in the 10K Club, our signature program, we've got a whole curriculum around money and wealth consciousness. Money is one of the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth, which is a process and a framework that we teach about how to quantum leap your income while simultaneously building your most aligned, abundant life. And so with money and with your income, your level of income will never exceed your level of self-worth. Your level of income will never exceed your level of self-worth. And so if you are someone who desires to make more money, grow your income, grow your sales, while simultaneously maybe being able to step away a little more, be able to take more vacation, be able to set more boundaries around your time and maybe go from a 40 or 50 hour work week to a 30 or 20 hour work week or whatever it is that you want to do, then you've got to start with, how worthy do I feel to receive double the money I'm currently making, triple the money I'm currently making, 10x the money I'm currently making without working more for it. So it's the inner game first. And I love working on this with clients, and a lot of times with men too. This is the beauty of this work. This applies to both men and women, to all of us, regardless of your gender. I was speaking with a private client of mine last week who is really excited to learn how to step into more feminine energy. And this particular client he's a man. And he's noticing that the more he opens up to receive, the more that he is available for sales to come to him while he simultaneously takes actions towards them, the more he has bigger quota quarters, the more he achieves and he actually earns more money. It was pushing on the boundaries of his belief systems about how this works. So I understand that if you're listening to this and you haven't been taught this material before, you may feel like, is this really possible for me? I'm here to tell you it is. And again, if it is a personal truth that you cannot make great money while simultaneously taking time off, I would invite you to change that truth, to change that belief, and to say, what belief would I need to hold in order to be able to make more money and double my income or triple my income while taking more time off? So I want to speak to, how do we know what actions to take here when we are growing, when we are quantum leaping? And what I'm saying here, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that you need to stop working, stop taking action, and just go sit on your couch and stare at your vision board and let everything you want come to you. That's not it. And sometimes people can hear this material and think that's what I'm saying. That's not the case. I take action in my business every single day. But the key, again, is the energy in which I'm taking that action. It's the energy in which you're taking that action. And it's, are you aligning with the frequency of your goal? Are you aligning with the identity of who it is, who you want to be first, and then taking action from that place? Or are you trying to take action from your present state of consciousness? Maybe your present results are at the 6-figure level and you want to go to 7, and you're doing all the actions that you think would get you to 7 figures, but you're not doing the inner embodiment work to feel worthy to receive 10x what it is you're currently receiving. You're not working on recalibrating your nervous system, your financial set point to a new reality. You're not working on your beliefs. You're not going to get there, or it's going to take a really, really long time to get there. So when we do this work and we do identity work first, worthiness work first, belief system work first, the feminine energy piece first, and then we take action from that place, that's where the quantum leap happens. So sometimes, again, people will hear this and think, I'm not supposed to take action, or they'll end up procrastinating on what it is that they feel that they actually know that they should be doing. I don't actually believe there are any shoulds. I just believe there are actions we can take that are more helpful and actions we can take that are less helpful as well. Procrastination is actually just a disguise for fear. And so if you are listening to this and you're saying, oh, good, I don't have to take action, I don't need to do anything in my business, and you end up just procrastinating on it, there's actually a belief that you're not worthy or you're going to take the actions and it's not going to happen for you. So we want to get to the root of what is that belief that's holding you back from taking the action. I do not procrastinate. I have learned and found that the more that I ascend, the more that I grow, the more that I elevate my consciousness, the faster action I want to take. But again, it's not in an energy of hustle or fear or scarcity. It's in an energy of excitement. It's in an energy of moving the energy towards what I want as well. And so this is not about procrastinating. It's not about, again, not taking action, but it is about the order in which you are doing things and the order in which you are integrating your feminine and your masculine energy towards your goals. So when I think about taking action in your business, this is going to be different for everyone. And what's so fun about our community is that we have entrepreneurs and sales professionals from every single walk of life, from probably every industry you could imagine. And in 20 plus years of doing this work myself, I have both sold, worked in, and coached probably every industry you could possibly imagine. I just came off of giving a keynote for a group of modular building sales representatives in Canada, which was really fun because it was a different industry. But I say that to say that I work with spiritual entrepreneurs, coaches, thought leaders, all the way to modular building sales representatives. And this applies to everyone, but the actions that are going to get you to your end result are going to be different in every industry. So I never give a prescriptive set of, these are the things that you should be doing every single day, no matter what. What I will say though, is I personally have a set of 3 to 5 things that I aim to do every single day to move the energy in my business. And those things are not busy work. They are not in a hustle energy. They are core things that I know are my particular gifts and talents that when I look back at the biggest wins we've had, the biggest success we've had, it's come down to me doing these things. So for me, it's more around visibility, and probably for you as you're listening, for many of you, it may be these things as well. So it's high level visibility opportunities. It's showing up with my content on social media, on this podcast, and then it's moving the energy forward too on higher level sales opportunities. So I'm doing sales follow-up and outreach, just like you very likely are as well. And then for me now, it's also working with my team as we're scaling from 7 to 8 figures. And what I've gotten to do, and what I would encourage you to do too, which is really fun, is as you're looking at what are the 3 to 5 things that I get to do every single day that are going to move the needle forward, and prioritize those, do it from your end result. So whatever your end result is, whatever your goal is for your business, for your sales, for your income, you want to reverse engineer and say, for someone, maybe you're at 6 figures now and you want to go to 7. For someone at 7 figures, what is she likely doing every day in her business? It's a higher level activity. It's a different level of energy that you're bringing. It's higher level clients you're reaching out to, you're connecting with, you're partnering with. So building those actions from the end result is going to be really, really key and important. The final piece I want to speak to here that I think is so important is giving yourself permission to be very, very present with exactly what is in the moment. So at any given time, and certainly for you too as you listen to this, and for me as I record it, there's 300 other things we could be doing, if not many, many more. And if you're finding yourself in a state of overwhelm, anxiety, fear, frustration, feeling like you're spinning, you're not present with what's in front of you. You're not present with what is. And the present moment is feminine energy. And so it's been a practice, but it's been so powerful to learn how to become very, very present with what's in front of me and with who's in front of me, blocking out everything else. And the belief system that I've gotten to cultivate to help support that is that my timing is perfect with things, that everything is always working out for me, that I can bend space and time, that I can create radically bigger results than I used to ever think was possible just with the power of my attention and focus and energy when that time is appropriate. I've gotten to learn and know that there are seasons for my energy, seasons for my time. And if I am in a point of time in my day where I want to intentionally connect with my kids, I want to intentionally connect with my kids during that time. I want to be present with them. I want to feel the energy exchange of being with them, not be trying to multitask and, get 13 emails sent out while also playing with my kid. And I used to do that. I used to feel like I had to operate that way. And what I've learned is that when you learn to exist in a state of flow and you learn how to flow from one activity to the next, which is a really powerful tool to have in your tool set when you are looking to make more money while simultaneously perhaps having a little more time to yourself, you have to learn to flow from one thing to the next and be okay with, in this present moment, what is it that I'm doing? I'm giving it my full focus, my full attention, my full energy. And then when this is done, I'm going to move to the next thing as well. So let it be a process. Let it be beautiful. But I hope that these points today that we spoke about help empower you to think about, what do you really want for your life? How is it that you want to feel when you're working in your business or in your sales? What is it that you're calling in and desiring to experience while you quantum leap, and to know deep down that you can have both. You can have you can have a beautiful, abundant business or sales career and simultaneously feel more expansive at home, feel more present than ever before, and love your life more than ever before as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If this spoke to you, we would love to serve you further in our program. So you can check out our community. Our 10K club, our signature coaching program is ElyseArcher.com/10K club. You will absolutely quantum leap and soar in that program. Our clients are doing it all day, every day. I had a really fun text from a client not too long ago who just had she'd been at the 2 to 3K month level for some time in her business and just had her first 15K month within getting into this material very shortly. And there's clients in that community who are at all different levels, some going for first 6 figures, some multi-6, some beyond. And then our high-level mastermind, ElyseArcher.com/50K club, is for you if you're already at the 6-figure level and you're looking to go to 7 and you want to be poured into really personally by me and my team as well. So we'd love to support you in whatever way we can in stepping into your quantum leap. And as we close out, I want to just remind you today to remember to trust yourself on your path to success. Your desires are green lights leading you and everyone around you to a brighter future. I'll see you on the next episode.